The crystal chandeliers of the VIP lounge cast a warm glow over the marble floors as Marcus Chen adjusted his tailored navy suit. His wife, Diana, elegant in her designer blazer, sipped champagne while reviewing documents on her tablet. They had built their tech empire from nothing, and tonight's flight to New York would seal the biggest deal of their careers. "Excuse me," a sharp voice interrupted their quiet conversation. Gate supervisor Karen Mills approached their table, her eyes cold and suspicious. "I need to see your boarding passes." Marcus looked up, confused. "Is there a problem?" "First-class tickets don't come cheap," Karen sneered, loud enough for nearby passengers to hear. "I need to verify these are legitimate." Diana's jaw tightened. "We've already checked in. Our passes are valid." "That's what they all say," Karen's colleague, Tom Brooks, joined in. "Security. We have a situation here." Conversations stopped. Heads turned. Whispers filled the air as other travelers stared at the successful couple being treated like criminals. "This is ridiculous," Marcus said firmly, producing his platinum card and identification. "We're paying customers." Two security guards arrived, their presence drawing more attention. Karen examined their documents with theatrical suspicion, taking far longer than necessary. "Everything checks out," one guard confirmed quietly. Karen handed back their papers without apology. "You can board now," she said dismissively, already walking away. The damage was done. The humiliation complete. But Karen Mills had no idea who she had just crossed. Once settled in their first-class seats, Diana buckled her seatbelt with controlled fury. 20 years building our company, and we're still treated like we don't belong." Marcus squeezed her hand gently. "Tomorrow's meeting will change everything, love. Skyline Airways has no idea what's coming." "Skyline Airways?" Diana's eyes widened with sudden realization. "Marcus, this is their airline. We just got humiliated by the very company we're about to acquire." The irony hit them both like lightning. Their investment firm, Chen Enterprises, had spent months negotiating the $5 billion purchase of Skyline Airways. Tomorrow morning, they would sit across from executives desperate to close the deal. "Those staff members just gave us the perfect opportunity," Diana said, her voice gaining strength. "We can teach this entire company about respect and dignity." Marcus nodded slowly, his business mind already calculating. $5 billion gives us considerable influence over company policies and personnel decisions, Diana added with a knowing smile. The plane lifted off into the night sky, carrying two passengers who held Skyline Airways' future in their hands. The mahogany boardroom table gleamed under fluorescent lights as Skyline Airways executives shuffled nervously through their presentation materials. CEO Robert Walsh checked his Rolex for the third time in 5 minutes. The Chen Enterprises representatives should arrive any moment, CFO Lisa Park announced, adjusting her glasses. "This acquisition could save our company from bankruptcy." The double doors opened with authority. Marcus and Diana Chen stepped inside, their presence commanding immediate attention. Every executive rose from their chairs in respectful greeting, unaware of the previous night's encounter. "Welcome to Skyline Airways," Walsh extended his hand warmly. "We're honored to meet the visionary leaders behind Chen Enterprises." Diana's smile was polite but measured. "Thank you for accommodating our schedule." As presentations began, Marcus noticed familiar faces through the glass conference room walls. Karen Mills walked past, her supervisor badge glinting under the hallway lights. She glanced inside and froze mid-step, recognition dawned across her face like a thunderclap. The couple she had humiliated now sat at the head of the boardroom table, listening to her company's desperate pitch for survival. Karen's face drained of color as she hurried away, but the damage was already done. Diana had seen her too, and their eyes had met with electric understanding. The real negotiation was about to begin. Marcus leaned back in his leather chair, his voice calm and measured. Before we discuss terms, we need to address an incident from last night. The executives exchanged confused glances. Walsh cleared his throat nervously. I'm sorry, what incident? Your gate supervisor, Karen Mills, publicly humiliated us at your VIP lounge, Diana explained with surgical precision. She questioned our legitimacy, called security, and treated us like criminals in front of other passengers. The color drained from every face around the table. Park's pen slipped from her trembling fingers. We're prepared to move forward with this acquisition, Marcus continued, but only under specific conditions. Walsh nodded frantically. Anything you need. Complete diversity and sensitivity training for all staff, mandatory anti-discrimination policies, and a zero-tolerance harassment protocol, Diana listed methodically. Additionally, Karen Mills and Tom Brooks must personally apologize to every passenger who witnessed yesterday's incident. And, Marcus added with quiet authority, they'll participate in community outreach programs focusing on respect and dignity. The executives sat in stunned silence, realizing their company's survival depended on accepting terms that would transform their entire culture. Justice was about to be served. 3 hours later, contracts were signed and $5 billion changed hands. Skyline Airways became part of the Chen Enterprises family, but more importantly, it became a symbol of transformation. Within weeks, comprehensive diversity training began company-wide. Karen Mills and Tom Brooks faced disciplinary action and mandatory education programs. They personally contacted every passenger from that night, delivering sincere apologies. New policies protected travelers from discrimination. Staff received sensitivity training. Company culture shifted from exclusion to inclusion. Marcus and Diana stood in the same VIP lounge where their humiliation began, now watching diverse staff members treat every passenger with equal respect and dignity. We didn't just buy an airline, Diana reflected, watching a young black family being warmly welcomed at the gate. We bought the power to create change. Their victory sent shockwaves through the aviation industry. Other companies scrambled to review their own policies, afraid of facing similar consequences. Sometimes justice requires patience. Sometimes it requires power. And sometimes, it requires both, working together to transform an entire industry, one respectful interaction at a time.